You guys are scaring the shit out of me. Well, it's good enough if you guys are going to request to check the welfare. I don't need a warrant. I'm just going. Okay.
So we're not authorized to make entry.
Do you know if she has any weapons or anything?
No idea.
Police department! No, it doesn't smell good. Athena! Police department! Yep. Oh, wait, no. There's a lot of blood.
Hello, are you Lazar? Or Mr. Lazar?
Yeah, Leventi Lazar.
Okay, is Miss Valentini your mother?
Yes.
Can I step in and speak to you, please? I was contacted this afternoon by the St. Louis Obispo County Sheriff's Department or District Attorney's Office. I don't remember which one.
Okay.
Your mother's passed away.
October 25th, 2018, Grover Beach Police Department. Dispatch received multiple calls about a concerning situation involving a resident on the 200 block of South 9th Street.
Grover Beach Police.
Hi, yes, this is Officer Cook.
Hi there.
Hi, I called a little bit ago, informed somebody that we're going to be doing a welfare check on one of our
Yes, sir.
employees. Want to see if you can send a unit down here. Based on the information that we have, there may be an issue at the resident. Her vehicle's here. She only has one vehicle. The vehicle's here. From a neighbor's description of her daily routine, she is not answering the door. So I just want to see if we can get a unit here for further contact or possible entry.
A few minutes later, a patrol unit arrived at the scene. After a brief conversation with those present, the officer stepped inside the house.
We know she only has one vehicle registered to her from our information. She's not answering the door. We spoke with the neighbor. She said the last time she saw her was 2 days ago, but she did hear her yesterday speaking Hungarian. She is Hungarian. She said that her son lives in the area. We tried contacting him, no answer.
Okay.
So
no answer with her phone either?
No.
What's her name?
Athena Valentini.
Do you know if she has any weapons or anything?
No idea.
Police department! No, it doesn't smell good. Athena! Police department! Yep. 1144. Item 12. Code 4. 1144. Alright, just don't touch anything, but looks like a lot of pills. Oh, wait, no. There's a lot of blood. Can't really tell for slice marks. Okay, yeah, let's finish and then I'll have you guys just stand outside. Just, don't leave until I get your guys' info or something. And
No,
then,
we're not going to go anywhere.
yeah, we're not going to touch anything. Looking at that, it's, I can't tell if she sliced herself or something came up.
The officer discovered the body of 64-year-old Athena Valentini, covered in blood with deep wounds on her throat and multiple injuries across her body, lying on the bedroom floor next to the bed. Although several pills were scattered around the scene, the evidence pointed to something far more sinister than suicide. Extreme overkill like this is rarely accidental. To gather more information, police immediately began questioning the neighbors.
Do you know if she has relatives?
She got a son in Chicago, maybe?
Do you know how to get a hold of them? No.
Not.
When was the last time you talked to her?
Oh, man. It was probably last week.
Okay.
She didn't pass away, did she?
Yeah.
Did she really?
Yeah.
Athena was a prison nurse, a job that put her in daily contact with criminals. However, investigators found no evidence of conflicts or threats from inmates. Nothing suggested a direct link between her work and her brutal murder. Despite this, Cheryl Mankey, one of Athena's colleagues, was convinced that an inmate was responsible. She insisted to police that someone from the prison had to be behind it. But there was something that didn't add up. Athena's calm and nurturing personality didn't match the level of violence used in her killing. This wasn't a random attack. It felt personal. For their next interview, detectives spoke with Shelby Holmes, another close friend of Athena's. Shelby had learned about the murder from the local news and shared a crucial detail with investigators. Athena had a 26-year-old son named Leventi Lazar, who lived in Bloomington, Indiana. With this new lead, officers decided to inform Leventi in person about his mother's death.
Hello, are you Lazar? Or Mr. Lazar?
Yeah, Leventi Lazar.
Okay, is Miss Valentini your mother?
Yes.
Can I step in and speak to you, please? I was contacted this afternoon by the St. Louis Obispo County Sheriff's Department or District Attorney's Office. I don't remember which one.
Okay.
Your mother's passed away. Very, very sorry for that, obviously.
What happened?
I don't know. They didn't really give me any details. They just asked that we come and make a notification to you
Okay.
and then have you get in touch with them.
Do you have a phone number?
I do. And when was the last time you spoke with your mom?
On Monday, and I've been calling her, and it goes straight to voicemail, and then the voicemail says it's full.
A few minutes after this meeting, Levente called the police, saying he was willing to do whatever it took to help solve his mother's case. From what they could tell, he had been at his home in Indiana on the day of the murder, more than 1,000 miles away from the crime scene. For now, that meant he couldn't be considered a primary suspect. Meanwhile, one of Athena's neighbors informed the police that their security camera had been active over the past few days. However, since the camera was motion activated, it had only captured a few short clips of movement around the victim's home. Let's take a look at the crime scene. The officers thoroughly searched the house but didn't find the victim's phone. There were charging cables present, but no laptop or other devices. Since phones and laptops typically contain information about recent communications, schedules, financial transactions, and personal relationships, the killer likely stole them to erase evidence and mislead the police. However, the level of violence suggests that personal motives were much stronger than financial ones, so robbery doesn't seem likely. Back at the crime scene, a receipt from a local store was found on the dining table. This transaction took place the day before the incident. A surveillance video from the store showed Athena entering, looking healthy and shopping alone. This indicates that there was no immediate threat or danger in her life at that time. But there's one more thing to consider. Athena had a dog, and now there's no sign of it. This missing piece adds another layer of mystery to the case.
Did you see anybody around other than her?
No.
What kind of dog does she have?
It's a small yellow one, small dog.
Like a Chihuahua?
Kind of Chihuahua. It's a little bigger than Chihuahua.
Okay.
Yeah.
The victim's missing dog is an unusual detail that requires analysis. Dr. Catherine Ramsland, a forensic psychologist, explains that a criminal who removes or takes a pet may still have some lingering affection for the victim, perhaps even a trace of guilt. In this case, the killer could have seen the dog as an extension of the victim and eliminated it as well. While the phone company was preparing Athena's call and message records, detectives reviewed the building's security footage. It showed that the day before the murder, Athena left her home, took her dog for a walk, and returned a few hours later, without any signs of distress or confrontation. But around 11 p.m. that night, the motion-activated camera picked up movement near her house. The footage revealed a person walking along the sidewalk in front of Athena's home, heading north on 9th Street, and right beside them was Athena's dog. A closer look showed the dog was walking freely without a leash. This meant one thing: this person was a close friend or family member. Reviewing the footage from earlier that evening, detectives found the suspect walking toward Athena's home around 6:30 p.m., talking on their phone. The big question: who were they talking to? Athena's phone records finally arrived, revealing a critical clue. Among all the numbers she contacted on December 23rd, one stood out. It had a different area code. The code, 513, belonged to Ohio. And this was the first time Athena had ever called that number, multiple times in a single day. Matching the call timestamps with the security footage, detectives suspected that the unknown person seen in the video was on the phone with Athena that evening. Now the police had to focus on people in Athena's inner circle. The killer's motive could be unresolved family resentment, betrayal in a romantic relationship, or deep-seated workplace tension. And at the top of the suspect list, Levente Lazar, Athena's son.
So, I wanted to first again extend my condolences.
Thank you.
I know this is a very difficult
Yes.
thing to deal with, and I just wanted to let you know that we all wanted to extend our condolences and work very hard on this case.
Thank you.
Athena was born in a small Romanian village called Buza. In 1992, 2 months after giving birth to Levente, she married her husband in Budapest. But in 1995, tragedy struck. Her husband passed away from a heart attack. 2 years later, facing the risk of losing custody of her son due to legal issues, she was forced to migrate to Los Angeles. From that moment on, taking care of Levente became Athena's top priority in life.
Your mom's dog, that initially was your dog, right?
Initially, yes.
Athena?
So, sophomore year of high school, it's 2007, I mentioned that I never had a dog. And
To your
all
mom?
my friends, yeah, to my mom, and all my friends had dogs and cats and stuff like that, but we've never had an animal.
Mm-hmm.
So I mentioned it, and she went to a pound in Agora Hills, and she just found a little beagle and she brought it home. And then she was my dog until about 2010 when I moved out.
Okay.
So I never took Athena. She came to Berkeley with me for maybe like a week, but she's never lived with me.
The reports indicate that 2 days after the incident, detectives received phone records for the 513 number from Cricket Wireless, the same suspicious number found on Athena's phone. Apparently, this prepaid line was registered under the name Jacob Keith, a name unfamiliar to anyone in Athena's circle. Prepaid lines like this are often used by individuals who want to hide their identity. It turns out this specific line was purchased at the Best Buy in Bloomington, Indiana, a store less than a mile from Leventi's apartment. While it's too early to jump to conclusions, the purchase location of this prepaid phone and its calls to the victim on the day of the murder are too suspicious to ignore. The lead detective contacted the Best Buy manager to obtain the purchase transaction details and security footage from the moment of sale. Fortunately, Cricket Wireless keeps detailed records of prepaid phone activity, including a log of all cell towers the device connected to. According to these records, the prepaid phone was powered off in Indiana on October 22nd, then turned back on the next day in Oklahoma City, before traveling along the interstate highway toward California. Finally, on the afternoon of October 24th, the phone arrived in Grover Beach, near Athena's residence, and remained active until around 11 p.m. that night. The exact time security footage captured an unknown figure leaving the victim's building.
To give you a little more information, your mom, I believe she was attacked and killed on the 24th of October. Yeah, so it was Wednesday.
Okay.
Okay. So you talked to her on Monday, right?
Yes.
And then you went to Indianapolis on Tuesday. It was the 23rd.
Correct.
Okay, so then Wednesday is when I believe she was killed.
Okay, and she texted me.
She texted you on Thursday, on the 25th.
Yes.
At 9 p.m. Okay. And then you've been in Bloomington since then?
Yeah, or just like the nearby area.
Yeah, and you've had your phone with you that whole time?
Yeah.
Okay. I was able to get records for all your recent people that have called your mom.
Okay.
And so your number was one of them on the 22nd.
Yeah.
So they came back with those records when I asked from AT&T.
Okay.
And so they showed your phone going to Springfield, Missouri on the 23rd, I believe. 22nd, 23rd. Can you help me explain that?
Not Missouri. I went to Mount Vernon in Missouri. But that was, I'm sorry, in Illinois.
I thought that was Illinois.
Yeah, but that's as far as I went. I didn't go to Missouri that day. No,
It's just strange. I mean, so basically when our phones travel, they talk to cell phone towers.
Correct.
Right. So you're a smart guy. You probably know better than me. Every time they connect to a tower, it shows the tower's location.
Yeah.
Your phone has to be within close proximity of those towers.
Right.
So the fact that your phone shows going from your house basically to the Springfield, Missouri.
I understand.
On the 22nd, 23rd.
Yeah.
Okay.
I was not in Missouri this month. Last month. June was the last month I was in Missouri.
Huh.
Late June.
And the other curious thing is, so on the 25th, your phone is showing up in Texas. And it tracks all the way back to your house from Texas.
I was not in Texas. Last time I was in Texas was when I moved out there.
Oh.
That was 2015 because I drove here.
Okay.
Yeah.
When I looked at your phone records, what I did was I looked at the other callers that called your mom, okay? And I found another Cincinnati, Ohio number that looks like it was traveling with your phone to your mom's house. And
I don't have another phone either.
Let's go back to the day the police officer delivered the news of Athena's death to her son. In the footage, we see a Jeep, which belongs to Levente. Police ran the vehicle's license plate through the National License Plate Recognition System, and the results contradicted Levente's claim that he never left Indiana during the week of his mother's murder. Multiple images of his car were captured, showing it traveling through several states before and after the crime. Upon re-examining the Best Buy security footage, detectives confirmed that Levente Lazar was the one who purchased the Cricket prepaid phone. Let's go over the evidence against this 26-year-old. Surveillance images of his car traveling across multiple states, cell phone location data placing him near the crime scene, video footage proving he was the one who bought the prepaid phone used to contact Athena before her murder.
So another thing, so you told me you and your mom have identical cars?
Correct.
Okay.
The vehicle's just around here.
Oh, your vehicle?
My vehicle,
okay.
Yes.
So it's a white Jeep Patriot?
Correct.
Okay.
2013, I think.
Listen to me, Levente.
I'm listening.
Okay. All those records clearly show it was your Jeep.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. There's video surveillance cameras on your mom's apartment.
Mm-hmm.
Did you know that?
I did not.
The video surveillance cameras show you going into your mom's apartment when she was murdered. Okay. So what I'm here to do today to talk to you is about, I already know that you're the one that went there. Okay. I need you to help me understand why you did this to your mom.
I didn't do anything to my mom.
Levente, it's clear to me. There's clear as day, unfortunately. We went and bought that phone at Best Buy. You're on video there, buying that phone, the Cricket wireless phone that you used during this trip. I have you on video there. I have your video on your mom's house. I have video afterwards with Athena leaving. Okay?
Casey,
You have to accept, we're past that part, okay? I know it's tough. This is something that's me hard to talk about, but...
No, there's nothing hard to talk about. It's the fact that I didn't...
Explain to me why you killed your mom.
I didn't...
Did something happen there?
We've analyzed a lot of evidence so far, but let's not forget, a good story or a skilled lawyer can challenge all of it, because there's still a missing piece in the police puzzle. The moment of entry into the house and the murder itself. No cameras captured that. So, the detective needs a confession. This is a good point to pause before watching the rest of the interrogation. Based on all the existing evidence and psychological analysis, do you think Levente is guilty or not? Drop a comment and let me know your thoughts.
So we can get past that part, because it's more about why, okay?
It's not about what.
Okay. Okay.
I don't understand what you're saying.
This is your house right here, where this is.
Yes.
This is your mom's house.
Yes.
Okay. You understand that the pictures caught you along the route. That's your Jeep, correct?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
So what you're telling me about being in Indiana and never leaving and not seeing your mom in January of this year.
No, I saw her in
Just
January.
clearly, well, you were at her house on the 24th of
I
October.
was not in her house.
And something had to have happened that
Casey,
day.
nothing-
We all make mistakes.
No!
Okay. We all-
I mean, I understand everybody makes mistakes, but no, First of all, you know, as you pointed out, I had a rough childhood.
Yeah.
But you know what? I've always had my mom. Always had my mom. She was the number one person, with the exception of the dog, that I could go to.
Mm-hmm.
There's no reason for me to hurt her. I never hurt her. I never did. If anything, I went out of my way to help her all the time. There's no...
Can you explain this?
I cannot. I absolutely cannot. But I did not do anything to her.
I watched you do it. Okay.
What do you mean you watched me do it? I didn't do anything.
That's your Jeep.
Sure.
Okay. That's in Texas.
Okay.
Okay. That's where your phone is sitting in a tower.
Okay.
That's where the phone you bought at Best Buy is sitting in a tower. Okay. Right there.
Okay.
Where you picture your Jeep.
Yes.
The detective is constantly maneuvering the evidence like a game of chess, while Levente, without offering any plausible alternative story, stubbornly maintains his innocence. This is a weak emotional deflection tactic. He's trying to elicit sympathy from the detective, but here, this simple manipulation doesn't work on the detective. Now, the detective has a good opportunity to increase pressure by involving the suspect's girlfriend in the interrogation.
I mean, to me, what matters is...
I know what matters. You're trying to get to a motive, but there is no motive here.
Okay.
Okay?
Okay, listen to me for a minute.
This whole thing,
This
it's not only just that my mom died, but now my whole life is gonna be just fucking raped. Just by the news, by you guys saying that didn't leak that story. Give me a break. Okay, and now you're gonna go through my stuff and my girlfriend's belongings and stuff? Jesus Christ, it's gonna ruin her. Okay? All because, and you're gonna find out, you're gonna find out. Okay, but in the end, it doesn't affect you. I could move on. It's not a big deal. There's a million fish out there, but damn, man.
As the interrogation continued, the police decided to search Levente's apartment. This time, the suspect's iPad was examined, and through its internet history, it was revealed that the young man had connected to the free Wi-Fi at a McDonald's branch in Arizona on October 25th. During this time, he searched for these phrases. What's critical here is that Athena Valentini's body was found at 11:50 a.m., meaning Levente made this internet search before anyone knew about his mother's death. Levente had actually lost over $49,000 in the stock market and owed nearly $70,000 in student loans and $12,000 in back taxes. So, he had a financial motive for the murder. But despite all this, it was still impossible for the police to determine exactly what had happened at Athena's house.
Are you a cold-blooded killer? Or did something else happen in the house?
I never.
What else happened in the house then?
I never saw.
No, that's we're past that, Levente.
Are
All
we?
right, we are.
How are we past that?
We're way past that.
Prove it.
I'm telling you, I've already proved it. Okay, that you did this. Okay?
No, you haven't.
Okay. To me, Levente, you need to be able to explain this, because no one else is going to understand. You're the only one who can give us that part.
Okay, see, I told you, there's no reason for me to hurt my mom. Okay, you want to brand me as a cold-blooded killer?
I don't want to brand you as
or the jury. Fine, but we'll see. But you don't have the evidence.
Did something else happen there?
No, because I didn't see my mom. I did not see her, like, face to face, like, interact with her. I did not see her that week. I wanted to surprise her. I wanted to tell her in person that she is going to have a daughter-in-law.
And did you tell her that?
No, because I didn't see her. I was going to tell her in person. She's been having a tough time with her neighbors. So I wanted to give her some happiness for once. And I wanted to tell her. Not over the phone, face to face. And then tell her, look, why don't you take a week off or something like that in December so you could come to Florida and meet her parents.
Is there anything you want to tell me? Now's your opportunity.
No, I have nothing else to say.
Okay. Why don't you go ahead and stand up and take your jacket off for me? I'll place you under arrest for the murder of your mother.
In December 2019, despite the defendant's claims of innocence, the jury, based on a mountain of evidence, convicted Levente Lazar of first-degree murder and sentenced him to life in prison without the possibility of parole. After the trial, Levente was transferred to a medical facility in California. It has now been over 6 years since the death of Athena Valentini, but the mystery of what happened to her dog that day remains unsolved. Thank you for being with me. I also want to express my deepest gratitude for the incredible support and kind messages you've been sending about my recent videos. What truly matters to me is you, my audience, and delivering high-quality content. I put my heart into making sure you get the best experience, and I'll keep working hard to make it even better. If this is the first video you're watching from me, don't forget to like and subscribe. I always welcome your thoughts and feedback. Oh, and don't miss the video on your screen right now. It's guaranteed to send shivers down your spine.